I'm going live. I'm going live. Oh man, I was watching. I was watching some of the Dark Side of Comedy. That's what the main deal is going to be about. But I saw a certain real piece of crap went live, and then he rage quit after he said something really racist towards Muslims. JB said Muslims are subhuman. I mean, that was the main reason why I stopped wanting to have him online live streams. Then he just kind of like went away for a while, and he came back reluctantly. I didn't want him on here because he was a liability. He's still a liability. You know, he said sand n words and stuff all the time on. Well, I mean, I try to bleep him off the panel because I didn't want him saying it on there, but he was such a liability. And then you dummies are so infatuated with him. I gotta make sure to tell Ash about that too. Yeah, I have it. I mean, JB, you're done. I mean, if you're up there on panel with JB, you support a racist. Same thing with Richard. Guilt by association. I got tired of Richard. I got tired of JB. I got tired of, all the bullshit. I get tired of these assholes. They're all fake. That's why I moved away. That's why I didn't want anything to do with them and stuff like that. And then Richard thought he could get over me by trying to muscle it a little bit on flirt with Turtle or flirt with for other chick. No way. They're not done. They're all fake anyways. Has anyone ever thought like a new live stream with Richard's any good? He just does the same old shit over and over and over again. He's the same person like that. And I mean, if ain't that, I've been trying to warn people what a piece of crap JB is. I mean, this has been going on for years. He's a liability. He left my channel for a while. And I was like, good. And came back on and let him on, you know, see if he's any different. And then, like, one time we was on with Dana being inappropriate. I was like, I was going to kick him off. And then I said, leave him up. And Dana says bad things about me. She's a fucking hypocrite. I'm calling you out, Dana. JB saying nasty thing to Muslims. He said it before, said they're subhuman. I have the proof too. I'm calling you out. Anyways, what a therapist. You know, what if your clientele knows that you support people like him and Richard and stuff? That's a bunch of bullshit. It's bullshit. And I like you, Dana. I've been trying to warn you about that guy, and then you get pissed off at me saying, "Oh, don't guilt trip me. Don't guilt trip me." You should be intelligent enough to know this guy's a hothead, and he rage quit on his life because he got pissed off at Cohen again. Talk about PJ, Prince James. And he had him on panel before. And it was awesome. He just said, good night, buddy. He left again. He rage quit again. I love it. I think it's fucking brilliant. Anyways, let's get back to Norm MacDonald. I had to say that. I mean, I didn't really watch all of his live. Camilla told me he was live. I was like, oh God, I don't want to watch that moron. And he is a moron. I mean, what did he have to offer except trying to steal my stick? You know what I mean? And the people follow him are really, really dumb. There's a couple people I like there still, but I mean, you gotta be a little bit off in the head. To be like some like religious follower, like, oh, he dropped his sandal, or oh, he dropped his cross. I need help with this cross. But people like J.B. Richard, they're all assholes. People need to understand that. Anyways, let's go back to Norm MacDonald. JB's a piece of shit. He says shit about me. He's a piece of shit. He needs to be revealed for the racist that he is, And I don't know. If I get a chance to talk to Ash again, I got to tell her what's going on, too. I have the clips still now. So, fuck you, JB. I don't care. I mean, I wasn't on. I didn't barely listen live. Someone was trolling you in the live. That was awesome. And it was not me. It wasn't me. I mean, that's what you get for being such an asshole, JB. That's what you get. You know, what comes around, I mean, you're going to get, I mean, everyone's shitting all over me. Think I'm a horrible person. You know, I'm not. Well, I'm not perfect, but I'm far better than you. You get pissed off all the time over nothing. You know, I sometimes I let shit go. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. You rage quit. Oh, good night, buddy. I mean, you know, I just kick people off. And then you're rude. You don't know when to mute. You don't know. I mean, you have someone talking in the background. You don't know how to mute. You have all this background noise there. You don't know how to mute or anything like that. You're rude and you're ignorant. Yeah, I fucking love it. I love that you're the way you are. You know, and then hopefully some of these idiots will find out who you really are, and they are idiots. Even a couple I like. I mean, they need to wake up and say this JB's a piece of shit. Anyways, let's go back to Norm MacDonald. That's my drama bit right there. I was on Disney Plus on Hulu. I didn't know they had Dark Side of the Ring on there. I was watching the episode of Sandman, really enjoying it. Because I don't really watch wrestling anymore, but I do watch Dark Side of the Ring. And of all the professions, pro wrestling has like probably one of the darkest sides, you know. And I found that they're gonna be doing something called Into the Void. When I saw a clip on my subscription feed. I didn't like I don't know if I'm gonna watch it. I remember there was a really bizarre movie called Into the Void I saw a long time ago. A really strange movie. I love the part where like this group of people just walked out, all of a sudden they're like the center of Tokyo though. That would be wicked at nighttime. Wicked cool. And it's a really strange movie, but I checked it out. And also the song In the Void by Black Sabbath. And it's like for the people that did Dark Side of the Ring, it's a dark side of heavy metal, which is cool. I'm talking about the band Death with Chuck Schuldiner. I always screw up his last name because he had brain cancer. He passed away from that. Stuff with Randy Rhoads, stuff with Damage Plan, with Dimebag Darrell got gunned down. That guy said he was stealing his shit. I assume they're going to be talking about Great White and that fire that they had when what do they call it? The fire marshal didn't approve it. You know, they set off some pyrotechnics, the whole place burned down. You know, and they had like this guy, his whole face was melted though. He's still alive though. I couldn't imagine the pain they went through, you know. And they have that, and then I saw they have the Dark Side of the '90s. I might check it out, but they have Dark Side of Comedy. I think I watched. I think I did a thing about Chris Farley a while back. I might have watched Artie Lang, but I didn't know they had a second season, so I watched. I just went to the comedians I knew about. I might have watched Richard Pryor on there, but I've seen a story from the American Experience and stuff like that. I mean, Richard Pryor, the best, greatest stand-up comedian of all time. And then, you know, I was looking through the second season. I saw Norm MacDonald. Like, oh my God, I gotta watch this. Norm MacDonald was one of the guys that I remember from Star Search. Now, I stopped watching Star Search at some point. I didn't know other comedians. I remember there. Hey, Gordon, how you doing, buddy? How you doing? Let me drop the link too. You know, had the balls come up on my panel. You know, I ask people up, but sometimes, oh shit, I hit the wrong one. Wait a second. I won't. I know. I won't. I won't. I won't mention. I won't. Let me. I'm not gonna play that shit now. I'm not gonna play it on my channel anyways. I know him too well. You know, gotta be really careful. Even though it's real proof. Yes, yes, he was. Yes, he was. Norm was a famous comedian. Canadian. That's cool. I love Norm MacDonald. Let me. Where the hell am I at? Put the link down. Okay, yeah. Let me. Okay, let me. Okay, hold on. Saw Norm MacDonald on there, and like whenever they had Star Search on, I remember 4 comedians on there, but a lot of I mean, Sinbad came from there. I didn't know Dave Chappelle or Adam Sandler came from Star Search, or at least maybe it was lost in my memory. I don't remember. And there's some other comedians. I know Louis Anderson, one of those depressing comedians, came from there. I remember they had like Roseanne Barr and Rosie O'Donnell. I always thought Rosie O'Donnell was very annoying, you know. Hold on, buddy. Hi, buddy.
Hey,
I thought Rosie O'Donnell was, I mean, and then Roseanne Barr, I didn't like Roseanne Barr at the time, but whenever the show Roseanne came out, I was a fan of hers. But I always thought Norm MacDonald was really funny. All right, okay, Gordon. But they were talking about like, if you get a chance, Dark Side of Comedy with Norm MacDonald, right? And they talk about like there was some show like the CBC Canadian Broadcast System. So we used to get that.
hey,
Yeah.
I got a Norm MacDonald-ish kind of joke for you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go for it, buddy.
What do you call a nun in a wheelchair?
What?
Virgin Mobile.
Oh, that's good. That's awesome. See, I never heard that one. You know? That's cool. I mean, he had some really good jokes, man. Well, I remember my favorite joke, right? Okay, was he said it on Star Search though, a G-rated show, and I was kind of surprised because it was kind of cutting edge for a TV show, right? Or for Star Search, because kind of like, well, you weren't born when Star Search was on, were you? I don't remember. Ed McMahon,
What's that?
were you born whenever Star Search was on with Ed McMahon? I mean, that was like late '80s or mid '80s or in the '90s, somewhat. I can't remember.
Could you repeat the first part?
Oh, were you around when Star Search was on with Ed McMahon? It
I
was
was
like a talent show. It was a
I was
talent show.
watching Saturday Night Live
Okay.
at that time.
Okay. I mean, well, Star Search was like a talent show, right? That started
Well,
in the
Star
80s.
Search.
Yeah, Star Search. I'm sorry.
I thought you
I
were
mean,
saying
I
Star
watched it
Trek.
with, yeah. No. Star Search. Oh, no, wrong one. No. Norm MacDonald would be really weird on Star Trek. Yeah, this is logical. I don't think. I mean, yeah. But my favorite joke of his was I remember one time, my dad was catching me. My dad says, you ever see like someone says you do something your parents will like make you a ton of it till you get sick of it, you know?
Did
And
you
it's
ever
like,
like him on Saturday Night Live?
oh yeah, he was brilliant. And he said like, one time I was backstage, I was back in the house, I was smoking a cigarette, and then my dad took me back and he shot me out with heroin. But no, he's
Yeah.
trying to get the quit. Yeah.
Apparently, he was having problems on Saturday Night Live with the producers and stuff like
Yes,
that.
yeah, about O.J. Simpson jokes, and he said the F word on. He saw the F word on TV too. I remember that. I remember seeing it uncut. I
I
thought
like
I
this.
couldn't
I
remember
like
if he.
this Burt Reynolds impressions.
Oh, it's so funny. Turd Ferguson. Yeah, yeah. He was so funny. He was on My Name Is Earl alongside Burt Reynolds. He played Burt Reynolds' son on the show. It was really funny on My Name Is Earl. A
Ah,
great show.
ah,
Yeah.
ah.
Up. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, what do you want? Turn Ferguson there. Turn Ferguson here. I mean, I could have never imitated him, but he's so brilliant, though. And then,
Well,
like, yeah. Well, they
he's not,
talked about,
he's not easy to imitate because he's so deadpan and dry. Like
yeah.
that's the
I mean,
Canadian in him. That's the Canadian in him.
well, I'd say he said he wasn't afraid to bomb too, because I remember he was on a roast, right? And he did like completely like really clean, corny jokes that I mean he meant what he was. I think he just purposely did it to bomb on the show. I mean, I still liked him on the show. That bit was like just a little.
I find Norm Macdonald to be not a good stand-up comedian, but he's a good conversationalist comedian. Like
Oh,
he,
yeah,
when he talks to people back and forth,
yeah.
I think that's where the good comedy comes out on it. Like stand up, yeah, you're
Oh,
by
yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
But
I
if
like
you're
to stand up.
talking
Yeah,
with someone in an interview or on a skit, I like that part
yeah,
because it's back and forth, like
yeah.
quick quick whips back and forth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I like his stand up too. I like him on. I mean, he was always interesting. He never bored me at all. I always thought he was
No,
funny.
I'm not saying the
Yeah,
stand up was bad or anything. I'm
yeah, yeah.
just saying like he was more better at conversational
Oh yeah,
comedy.
yeah,
Like
yeah. Well, yeah, he was really good on the talk show circuit and stuff. And well, they were talking about him growing up in Canada, right? It said
Yeah,
his dad was really like Norm was always trying to express his get his appreciation from his dad. His dad was always kind of cold to him, right? And they were
yeah,
talking about like there was only like one TV show that was on Canadian TV in the 50s that was like comedy show, like what is Simon and Schuster or something like that. You know what I'm talking about? Team
yeah.
oh shit, I can't
And
remember.
and Norm MacDonald's brother is Neil MacDonald, who was a CBC news reporter. He died, I think last year.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That's a shame. Let me
Yeah,
see if I can find a
he has a brother named Neil MacDonald, and he was a CBC reporter for Canada News.
oh that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean
Well,
I used to watch Canadian TV. Oh, Wayne and Schuster. The Wayne and Schuster Hour, that was the show. You ever
yeah,
watch
but
that?
I think Johnny Wayne was American and Schuster was Canadian,
Yeah. Well, I mean
but it
that's
was a
what it
Canadian
was.
show. It was a
Yeah, that was
Canadian
a
show.
yeah. Well, that was the show they said was the only comedy show really on
Oh,
TV at the time. Wayne and
I
back then. Back
I
then.
found out something cool.
What's that?
You know, they're making a Spaceballs too.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I know Miller. Yeah, Miller told me about that. They're
Um,
doing
John John
yeah.
Candy's son is going to be the
Oh, that's
Barf.
cool. That's cool. Hopefully it'll be good. I know Spinal Tap 2 is out now. It's getting mixed reviews, though, you know. I don't know. It might be good. I don't know. It might not
The
be.
first Spinal Tap wasn't that great to begin
Oh, I
with.
love Spinal Tap.
I'm
I love
saying,
the
I'm
soundtrack
not
too.
saying you. I'm just saying in general,
Oh, I know.
it wasn't me.
Oh, I love that movie. 'Cause I mean, well, this is the thing with Spinal Tap.
Yeah,
When I first saw it, I used to watch Cisco and Ebert all the time. You know,
yeah.
and I mean, because they watched sneak previews and they were syndicated, and I learned a lot about movies from them. I remember they raved about the movie, and then like,
But
I don't know about a week or
what do
two
you think
later.
of what do you think of John Candy's son going to be in Spaceballs?
Oh, that's cool. I mean, see how good he is. It seems,
Keeps it in the family,
yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. That's nothing wrong with
and
that.
Rick Moranis is going to come out of retirement to
Yeah,
do
that's good.
Dark Helmet.
That'll be really good. Well, hopefully it'll be good. You know, if you get a chance, they had that. You hear from Mel Brooks. They had remembering Gene Wilder though, which is really good.
It's
About
going to be
comedy
good
stuff.
because the original guy that did Spaceballs is still
Yeah,
producing or directing it.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, with Spinal Tap, it's like getting the band back together for like one more concert. I don't know. It might be good. It might not be good. You know
Is
what I mean?
with the Spinal Tap movie is Rob Reiner directing it,
Yeah. He's
so
still
it's
around.
still a Rob Reiner movie.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna go for cutesy wootsy or what. I
like
mean, it's not like
If Rob Reiner's behind it, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good one. If it's
I mean,
not,
I'll probably still like it though, but I don't know if it'll hold up to the first one. I mean, because I heard one of the songs. Because they released some of the songs. I heard one of the songs on it. I didn't care for it. I
but
mean, I wanna, because I remember the first. I bought the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack. The
but
old
I'm saying
soundtrack.
if Rob Reiner is going to be
Yeah,
behind this
yeah.
one, I'm pretty sure it's going to be good because
It might be good. Yeah,
you know who Rob Reiner is, don't you?
yeah. Of course, Meathead from All in the Family, and then
Yeah.
his dad was Carl Reiner, and then he went and started doing like movies like The Sure Thing with John Cusack. That's a great movie. Most
Is he
people don't remember The Sure
is he
Thing.
behind the studio Castle Rock?
Uh,
Was that Rob Reiner?
I think he's involved in it. I don't know if he might be. I don't know if he created it though, but I think he's had involvement because like Stand by Me with Castle Rock. I'm pretty sure, you know, and also Misery. You know, he's a great director though. You know, I
Hey,
do like Rob Reiner.
same with Ron Howard. Ron Howard started out as a TV actor, and now
Oh
he's a
yeah, and
big
he got
time
like
director.
yeah, and then well he got involved with Roger Corman, and he learned the ropes about acting with. I mean, he was in Roger Corman movies, right? Along with like Happy Days and Man Graffiti and like
Do you
Danny.
know? Do you know Ronnie Howard was Opie on
Yeah,
the Andy
yeah, of
Griffith
course.
Show?
Yep, of course.
And his brother was on the Andy
Clint
Griffith
Howard.
Show too.
And his brother was on Star Trek about Corbinite, and he was the one that gave him Tranya a little drink.
Yeah,
He was played a
like
little kid there. Because remember they had that alien, weird looking alien that was just a mannequin on there, and then he ended up being like a little kid. And then
yeah.
he went doing horror films too. Clint Howard like Evil Speak and Ice Cream Man, and a whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, he was in Terrifier 3. He had a small
Yeah.
part in that movie too.
So yeah, it's basically a family
Yeah.
thing. The Howards and the Reiners, like Rob Reiner's father was Carl Reiner.
All right, yep, Carl Reiner.
Yeah.
He directed a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I didn't know that because sometimes they'll do like a movie that wasn't that good. So Carl Reiner did a movie when I was in Fort Bragg. I wanted to see it, but I ended up renting it because I don't know, it must have came in wet.
Do you know Carl Reiner was also on the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Yep, and he was in Your Show of Shows and
No. Wait. You were not the Mary Tyler Moore Show. He was on Dick Van Dyke Show.
Dick Van Dyke. Yeah,
Yeah.
what's he
Mary
again?
Tyler Moore was on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't remember on Mary Tyler Moore. He might have wrote for that maybe.
No,
I
no.
mean, he did a lot of
Mary
stuff.
Tyler Moore. Mary Tyler Moore was the wife on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
Yeah. Let's see them make mistakes.
Yeah, I got that mixed up.
That's okay. You're doing fine. You know, if I mean, yeah.
I wonder if Carl Reiner's still alive.
I don't know. He might not be. Well, I'll have to check. I'm not being mean. I thought the girl who played Flo already passed away.
Yeah.
Not being mean though, you know. I remember seeing Linda Levin. I didn't know Linda Levin passed away last year. I remember seeing her on that Santa Clarita Diet. Like, who's that lady? She looked familiar. Oh my God, it's Linda Levin. Because tough not to recognize her without the makeup on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved Alice, so I loved Flo on that show. You know, I
I
didn't
was
know.
more
I just assumed she passed away.
I was
You
more
know, so,
I was more Dynasty than Dallas.
what's that?
I thought you said you watched Dallas.
No, Alice. Alice.
How?
I loved Alice. I did watch Dallas for a while when it first came on because it was like it's just like regular TV shows. You know.
I like Dynasty better because it had
Oh,
Joan Collins
yeah.
and
I never really watched
a
Dynasty
young
though.
Heather Locklear.
Yeah. But I mean, I watched Dallas when it came out because Larry Hagman and Patrick Dumpster, the man from Atlantis. You know, I watched for a while, then I kind of like stopped watching it.
Larry Hagman was the on I Dream of Jeannie.
Yep, and he directed the second Blob movie, Beware the Blob or Son of Blob. That's an awesome movie. You get a chance to see that one; it's really good. I think it's the only thing he ever directed.
But I heard a lot of people say Larry Hagman was not a nice person in real life.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people like that, you know. Like they say about Jerry Lewis, you know. Jerry Lewis was kind of a jerk. They had like a list of like the worst people to get autographs from. I hear it on the radio. That's how I knew about Jerry Lewis. They said like they had like a top 3 list of people, the worst people to ask autographs for, and they said Jerry Lewis is like always like number 1 on the list. He said he was a real jerk. Hi, Steve. I ain't no show. Estrella.
Did you ever watch Jerry Lewis's telethon every
Yes.
Easter?
Well, yeah, Labor Day, you mean? But it's cool. It's cool. Labor Day.
I thought it was Easter.
No, Labor Day. It was Labor Day. Because I remember from school, I'll never forget. We go back to school. We have like 3 days, and then we have Labor Day weekend off. And then they would always have the telethon. I watch it off and on. Sometimes I watch it more often. I like the show. And that was kind of weird because they got rid of Jerry Lewis, and then they put it like 3 or 4 hours, and then it was like an hour, 2 hours, and then they just got rid of it altogether. So they could raise more money online. And that's kind of sad, though.
I wasn't a big fan of those telethon things because they take for hours.
They had Kiss on there. Kiss was on there a few times. You know
But
that?
what's that?
The band Kiss was on there.
Yeah, without the
What is your-
makeup.
Yeah, and makeup because one of I mean, this is what J. Lewis said. Like he said, J. Lewis said, I think they're a little bit bizarre, right? So he said he's not a nice guy.
But
He said, but watching.
I always found those telethon shows to take a little too long.
Well, I mean, I like some of it. There's lots of. I mean, I watched some of it though. I mean, there's just funny stuff in it if you get a chance, or like entertaining stuff. Sometimes I'd watch that. I mean, Mr. T would come out, and then he gave Chick like $10,000 of his own money, so he could get more. But it's. I mean, I always thought the show was interesting though. I used to watch it. It was like a kind of like a
What
tradition
what
on Labor Day. Yeah,
what network was was it CBS, NBC, or ABC? His telethons.
ABC. It was the ABC affiliate.
Yeah,
And it'd be like it started like at midnight. It ran till like 6 o'clock the next day, and then it would have like the local station would do like their own fundraiser. They have like people on a call line, like they'd have like these kits you could order that you could do like your own backyard carnival. I always wanted to do that. Dad said, "You ain't doing that." I always want to do a backyard carnival. Dad said, "No one's gonna go to that. Can't do that."
yeah. Nobody does telethons anymore. Not even PBS has.
No,
PBS used to have. Uh,
uh,
what
the
was it?
uh, pledge raiser,
Yeah,
fundraiser. They might still
but
have that
they
thing.
always, or do they still have a pledge drive?
They might have it now with them cutting funding for public I mean for
PBS.
yeah, PBS. I mean they might have it now since Trump cut funding. You know,
Like PBS was the best place to go for, like for neutral instead of like when it came to
they had
politics.
McLaughlin Group. McLaughlin Group was kind of one sided. Remember John McLaughlin? I used to watch him.
But I'm
But
saying the regular newscast that they used to have was pretty neutral.
I never watched the news. I mean, I usually watched. Well, at that time, I used to watch like Walter Cronkite, or they'd have like Brinkley and John Chandler. I remember them.
Hunt,
And
Brinkley,
David
and Hunt.
Brinkley, John Chandler, right? And then they have like I'd watch the news somewhat. I don't watch it that much anymore.
And my favorite PBS shows were like your science shows, like Nova and
Oh yeah, Nova was cool, and I like Nova Science now with what's that guy's name? Neil deGrasse Tyson. I always think he's fascinating. I mean, I used to watch. I mean, they used to have like the Britcoms on Saturday night. They have like keep up
yeah,
appearances. Red Green was always funny. You
like
know,
with Nova, it was my first time
yeah.
seeing tornado chasers. Like
Oh
they
yeah,
would it was more of a documentary too.
yeah. Well, I remember with Nova, they used to have it at the library. When I used to go to the library in the military, right? You're allowed to rent one regular movie, and then you can rent two educational movies. They had a lot of Nova stuff, so I'd rent like two things from Nova sometimes. And
Yeah,
then I remember renting anything about sharks. I remember renting stuff about like Mount St. Helens, and they had some cool Nova stuff on there.
yeah,
And I remember. Well, you remember when I used to have like I used to get like Canadian TV on. We just had antenna, the TV antenna. The one of the first shows I saw on Canadian TV was hilarious House of Frightenstein. I love that show. I used to watch it when it
it
was
comes on
on at
every Halloween. It still
yeah.
comes on every Halloween here in Canada.
Oh, well, it used to be on like every morning. I think on it was like Channel 11. I think. Then I remember getting Channel 10, the CBC, and I used to watch. They used to have like Bugs Bunny Roadrunner on Sundays, and Saturday morning they used to have like the Spider-Man cartoon Ralph Bakshi did, and they have Mister Dress Up and Little Giant. Remember? Look way up,
Friendly.
way up. Remember Little Giant? I mean, no, the Friendly Giant.
Yeah, I'm Canadian, so it's Friendly Giant.
Yeah, I meant Friendly.
And,
That's what I meant. I meant that's good.
and the raccoons.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. What was the one that had like their undersea puppets? I remember watching that show on Saturday mornings too.
Fraggle
I mean, I
Rock.
didn't watch. What's that?
Fraggle Rock.
No, not Fraggle Rock. There was something like low budget puppet show like Under the Water on PBS. I mean on CBC in the 80s. In the 80s. You remember
I
Mr. Dress Up?
I know what you're talking about. I just don't know the title of the
I can't
show.
remember the title of that either. I watched some shows. I reviewed some cinema though. I reviewed Going Down the Road and the same sequel to it.
Did
I
you
remember
guys ever did you guys ever get Hockey Night in Canada?
uh yeah, we I think we got that. I didn't really watch that much. I remember watching curling on Canadian TV.
Because Hockey Night in Canada,
Yeah,
when you had CBC, was every Saturday.
yeah. Well, I used to like it where like in the summertime, they have like at noontime they have FYI for your information, and then they have like cartoons on there. And then at 1 o'clock you'd have a movie on there, and then mom would like go outside, I'm watching a movie. I want you to go outside. I'm watching their movie though. I mean, there was nothing to do
Oh
out
my
there. We lived in
God,
the country, but she was
Jason!
like that.
When you did an impression of your mom, you sounded like that woman frog on Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, Rocco, go outside, go. I mean, that's the way she sounded though. But she
Like
sounded like, hey,
was
what's
she
up,
a
Chris?
heavy
What's up, Chris?
smoker?
No, 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 no. She didn't smoke. I mean, she just like when she got mad, she just sounded crazy. Just remember you ever listen to Bill Cosby, right? When he
Yeah.
did, it is great. He gave him chocolate cake. Remember like that? And the mother said, "Where did they get chocolate cake from?" Sound just like mom. She's horrible, and she has not changed a bit. She has not changed a bit.
All right.
But Norm MacDonald was great. I liked him. Well, in that show was Dark Side of Comedy. They said I didn't know he graduated from high school at 14. Then he went to college at 16, and then he did journalism for like 1 year. Then he quit, I think. And then he wanted to try stand up, so he went to some place in Canada called the Yuck Yuck Club, and it was like an amateur night.
Yeah.
He didn't perform. He said he thought he bombed, right? And he told the owner, he said, I guess that's it for me. I guess that's it. I guess I ain't coming back. And the owner chased after him. He said, you did great. I wanted you to come back every night. And then, I mean, he started like doing more and more stand up and getting
I
more and
wonder
more
if
recognize and
I
stuff, you
wonder
know?
if Norm Macdonald was ever on Just for Laughs comedy festival in
Yes, he was.
Montreal.
He was on that. He was on that show. I think what happened was, I think he was invited to be on the show. I think he said he had stomach cancer, so he said he couldn't make it. I think I was on the show because I didn't know when he passed away. It was a shock to me. I didn't know he was sick at
I
all.
think I think he got fired from Saturday Night Live because of he did too much
OJ Simpson.
OJ
Oh,
OJ.
absolutely. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, and that's what they're saying. I mean, that's what happened. And then he was on Star Search, and then eventually, um, he was doing like the talk show circuit, and then he eventually got to where he wanted to be. He was on David Letterman, the old NBC David Letterman, and then he said it was like a pinnacle for him. And then he kept, and then I think some guys took him to Vegas, and that was the first time he ever did gambling, right? And then he said he wouldn't even check into his room. He didn't want to go to any shows. He didn't want to eat. He just wanted to gamble, though. So that was his dark
The only,
obsession, you know.
the
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about Norm Macdonald
What's that?
is he disrespected his own country. He
Oh
said he hates being Canadian.
no, I didn't know about that. I'm sorry about that. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much, Jeff, and not the good Jeff, not the other Jeff. Yeah, I mean, I didn't. When did he say that?
Yeah.
Can I ask when he
He
said
said
that?
it in a in a magazine interview one time that he just didn't like Canada because America was paying him better.
Oh, I don't know. He might think. Well, if he was still alive, he might think differently now. You know, I don't know. Well, I mean, he had to keep. One thing like this, he had to keep his gambling habit going. You know.
Yeah, but he's dead now, so
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked when he passed away. It was 4 years ago. I thought it was like 2 or 3 years ago, not four. I remember he watched. There's a special on Netflix, it was like a rehearsal for a comedy bit he did. Right? It was one that done like a professional show. It was like the guy was interviewing, and he was doing his jokes and stuff, and they Netflix edited together, put it out as like his last comedy special. It's actually quite good. I didn't know that Netflix had like a talk show he had on there, and then he got kicked off because he was defending Louis C.K. and Roseanne for what they did, you know.
Yeah.
And with Norm, let me go back. I mean, he was on SNL. He said the F word on TV. It kind of got him in trouble too. He was coughing. Someone said, "What the F is that?" And, oh no! But he said like the one guy kept saying, "Don't do any O.J. Simpson jokes. You do anything else, do no O.J. Simpson stuff." Because he was friends with him, the owner of NBC, and then he kept doing it because he said it was thrilling for him to do like stuff that he wasn't allowed to do or do taboo material within reason, you know.
Yeah.
And then he said he wasn't even afraid to bomb. He said jokes that were legitimately bombed because he said that was part of the Russian stuff, you know. And
Yeah.
eventually that guy said like, "Well, you're too slow on speed up your comedy." They eventually fired him, and then he went right on Dave Letterman and announced it right there. He got fired, you know. And I didn't know with Norm MacDonald, I didn't know exactly. It was always like if he fired him or like what exactly happened, but I guess it's exactly he didn't want to do jokes about OJ. I didn't know it was that cut and dry, but I guess it was.
Mhm.
And then he kept doing
Guess he
jokes.
didn't. Guess he didn't like O.J. Simpson much, eh? Norm
Well,
Macdonald.
yeah, I mean, he said he was, yeah, he's really enthralled with he got away with murder and stuff. It was just weird though because O.J. Simpson was loved by so many people, right? And then it was weird though because something happened. He was like on trial. He was like, he said O.J. Simpson was supposed to be here. And O.J. Simpson didn't show up. He took off, and there was a big gasp. And that's when they had like that chase with the Bronco and stuff, right? You know.
Yeah, that
And
slow
then
speed chase.
yeah. And then it's weird though because he got in trouble, and then Naked Gun Part 3 came out, and you saw O.J. Simpson on the screen joke around and stuff with all the stuff happened with the trial and stuff. It put like really negative light on the movie, you
Yeah.
know, because O.J. Simpson was loved. People loved him, you know, until all this stuff happened. Just
Well, he
like
was a
Bill
star
Cosby.
football player. He was a commercial actor, and
Well, he
he
was
also was in Naked Gun with Leslie
yeah.
Nielsen.
Oh, he was in so many movies. He was in a movie called he was in a movie called The Burning Cross about the KKK with Richard Burton and Lee Marvin. And there was a scene when he's running for this train. He runs across the field. He runs across the train. And it looks like a train's gonna hit him. And Lola Falana was in that one too. I mean, I remember seeing that. That was a good movie. I mean, it wasn't. It was the version I had for reading The Burning Cry. It was called something else.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that a long time ago.
and
I mean,
also OJ did a lot of commentary on NBC for
you know,
their football coverage.
yeah. I mean, he couldn't do anything wrong until he did. You know, and he did the Hertz
Okay,
commercial.
okay.
Everything.
What's your feelings on what OJ? Like, do you think he did it, or do you think
I guess he did. You know, I mean,
but the court says he didn't? They acquitted
yeah,
him.
I know. Well, I mean, he went back in jail for breaking into some guy's house to get memorabilia, so he went back in jail. I mean, to my knowledge, I don't know. I don't see any other proof that he didn't do it. You know, and then that thing about that they tried on a glove that was so fake. That was acting right there. They tried to put him making faces and stuff. That was acting. Remember when Johnny Cochran said, "If a glove don't quit, I mean fit, you must quit." When he's putting on those gloves, that looked fake as hell. It really
Yeah.
did. I mean, I watched the trial to an extent, but I mean, I wasn't as engrossed as some other people were. But I do think he did it though.
But
Until like something else happens, though, you know.
but I just go by what the court of law says. Like, if the
Well,
court of
yeah,
law says
well,
he
that
didn't
makes sense
murder,
too.
he
Yeah,
didn't murder.
that's
Same
okay.
with Michael
That's fine.
Jackson. Like,
Yeah,
if the court says Michael Jackson didn't touch these kids in an appropriate
yeah,
way,
yeah,
he
yeah.
didn't touch these kids. Like,
I know. I mean, it was tough with O.J. Simpson though because it seemed like I don't know. I mean, but no, I understand what you're saying. I mean, guilty. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. All the Michael Jackson stuff is just really creepy. I don't want to watch that Escaping Neverland or anything like that. Or I mean, O.J. Simpson was going to have a special thing like, "What if I did it?" or something like that. They canceled it.
He
You know?
he did write a book. If I did it,
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think he's like laughing in the face of the jury. I really did think he did it, though. I'm not saying. I mean, it said innocent, but I mean that doesn't always mean guilty. I mean,
eh,
doesn't always
he
mean.
was proven not guilty in the court of law.
Yeah, I know that's the way. I mean, but then he broke into that guy's place to get the memorabilia. So
Well, that's a different crime, not
Oh, I
murder.
know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. I know. Well, I mean, I'm still saying. I mean, I don't know. I
But
don't see.
you got to admit, Ron Goldman, and uh, he, like the father of Ron Goldman or whatever
Yeah,
his name is, and the Brown family,
yeah.
they took a lot of money out of OJ. OJ was like desperate for money.
Oh, it's a civil trial. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I don't know. I
yeah,
mean,
because he was found liable in a civil
yeah,
court,
yeah.
but yeah, they drained him hard.
Well, I don't know how much they got from. I mean, but
They got a good amount of money out of him.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I
But
should do
like
like a. I don't know.
like
I
when
don't
it
want
comes
to. Yeah,
when it comes to him breaking into that person's place and
yeah.
taking his stuff, I don't blame him. It's his
Well,
stuff.
yeah. Well,
He didn't give permission for this guy to take it.
I know. I'm just telling how I felt about it. You know what I mean? I don't like. I still think. I mean, they didn't have like.
Like
I mean,
does like
yeah.
for me, it doesn't make it a right thing. Like he
No.
still committed a crime, but I understand why he did
Yeah.
it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you. I mean, that's part of the process. Understanding. I mean, like let's say if a trial, if a let's say if a case goes to trial, right? I mean, it's not like whether he did or not. It's also about understanding what happened, the motivation, the everything, every little bit of evidence and stuff.
But now OJ's dead, so
Yeah,
it's up to God to dish out anything.
yeah, but yeah,
When we die and go to heaven, we'll know the truth.
yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe. Yeah, and maybe I'll be doing StreamYards from heaven and stuff. And you can come on panel. Want to do that? Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just saying, when we die, we'll know the truth.
yeah. That's all. That's cool. That's fine. Yeah. Um.
But for now, let's just keep our opinions to
Well, I mean, I
to
that's
a factual opinion. Like if
well,
it's fact, like
well, it's just an opinion. Like, well, at least it's better than talking about politics all the time. I'd rather talk
like
about
with
like, well,
like
I
with
mean,
9/11, I believe it was an inside job. It
I
had to
don't
be.
know.
It had to be.
I don't know. Well,
You
ooh,
don't think it was a little fishy?
no, I mean, I don't buy a lot of conspiracy theory stuff.
Like the FBI could have stopped them before they took over the planes. Like fuck.
Well, well, the guys in PA stopped them, so
Yeah.
one plane got stopped.
Like
I don't know. I don't
they're
know.
saying the FBI knew the attack was going to happen
Well,
days before,
I don't know about that. I
and
can't.
they didn't
Yeah,
do anything.
yeah. Oh, I can't. I don't know. I can't speculate on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I just remember what happened. It was, it
But
was
like I
messed
said,
up.
when we die and go to heaven, we'll know
Yeah,
the truth.
yeah. There you go. There you go. I mean, I try not to buy a lot of conspiracy theory stuff, you know, but they put out a good case though, you know. But I mean, I don't know. It's just the whole thing was messed up, you know. With
Hey,
OJ, the whole thing
let's get
OJ
out
was
of that.
messed
Let's
up.
get. It's depressing.
Yeah, yeah. It is depressing. It's depressing. But I mean, it's
Well,
okay to talk about stuff like that. I mean, this is like my channel. Like, I mean, we talk about anything. We don't do lives. We just say mommy milkers and say the N word all day, the whole
but
thing. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be thinking about death anymore because
Yeah. Well, yeah. That
it's
was
like
bad enough. Yeah.
it's like in the news all the time. Like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
let's just
I think
lighten
it's
things
depressing.
up.
Yeah. I mean, this ended up with Norm MacDonald passed away, which shocked the hell out of me. when John Candy passed away, that really shocked me. And then Norm MacDonald, oh my God, I thought he always looked like he was in good
Well,
health. You know?
With John Candy passing away,
Yeah,
it
that
didn't
was
really
sad.
shock me because you got to take a look. He was not the healthiest
Uh,
person.
Well, it still was shocking to me. And I remember like what happened. This is what happened. This is what happened. They used to have Inside Edition on because these shows like Hard Copy, Inside did the tabloid shows. They used to be all over the place until like Inside Edition finally settled on like 7:30 on the NBC affiliate. I don't even know if it's on anymore, but they have it
Was
usually.
hard copy supposed to be like the original TMZ?
Uh, Kind of. That was like Maury Povich was hosting the show, and that was his original show, Hard Copy. But I started going on what is it, Fort Bragg had Hard Copy Inside Edition. But I remember it
You,
was like
you
it
know
was like
Maury Povich. You know Maury Povich and Connie Chung did
right,
Current Affair.
yeah, current affair. Yep, yes, she was on there, and I
That's
remember
where
the Hot
that's
show.
where they
Yeah,
met. That's where
yep,
Connie and Maury met was on that
yep,
show.
yep. Well, I remember with whenever John Candy passed away, it used to be on like 5 o'clock
It
on
was big news in
ABS.
Canada too when he passed away.
What's that?
It was big news in Canada when he passed away.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Well, he is
I mean,
Canadian.
yeah, it was a big. I mean, big news everywhere because he was loved too. John Candy was loved,
He's
and it
like
was
he
weird because I remember
John
like,
Candy still loved Canada. Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean,
and you
there's
want to know
supposed to be,
something? You want to know
yeah,
something?
yeah,
Macaulay Culkin was on Uncle Buck with John Candy.
yep, yep. I
John
watched that
Candy
movie.
saved John Candy saved uh, Macaulay's life because he saw what Macaulay's dad was like
Oh, I didn't know that.
and stood up for Macaulay Culkin. Like
Oh,
Macaulay Culkin's dad was like an abusive asshole, and
oh, I didn't
John
know.
Candy
Oh, okay,
wasn't
really?
gonna John Candy wasn't gonna like let it happen. Like hell no. Like John Candy, what you heard about him, like the
Yeah,
nicest person in the world, he
yeah,
was. He like he cared about people. He loved people. Like, and if he saw something that's not a good thing, he would stand up and to do something. Like he did something with Macaulay Culkin's father.
yeah. I mean, I mean, I didn't know that, but I still have to watch that movie, Canadian Bacon. That movie that
Yeah.
what's his face, Michael Moore directed with him in it. I still haven't seen that
But
movie.
why would Michael Moore direct Canadian Bacon when he's
He
from
directed that.
Detroit?
I swear to God, I can show you right now. He directed the movie. I know he did,
Michael Moore's Detroit, not Canadian.
but he directed the movie. It's right here. Michael Moore, Canadian Bacon. I can
I
show
know
you.
what you're. I know, but I'm saying, why would he do it? Like he's from
It,
Detroit. He's not
because
Canadian.
it's political satire.
Oh yeah, and Michael Moore does love Canada. So
Yeah, I mean it's political satire too. I mean the U.S.
like
President Lowen.
When Michael Moore did a Fahrenheit 9/11 or Bowling
Yeah,
for Columbine, he went to Canada and said
yeah.
like Canada is a better country than the United States. Like
Well,
he
yeah.
loved being in Canada.
Well, I mean, well, this is the plot of Canadian Bacon. It said U.S. President lowered opinion polls, gets talked into raising his population by trying to start a Cold War against Canada. Now,
Yeah.
the one thing about that was that reminded me of the movie called The Mouth That Roars, wherever like with Peter Sellers, where saying like we want to start a war with the U.S. and then we'll just lose, and then we'll get all this funding for the U.S. That
Yeah.
was an old comedy along with Peter Sellers, really good. And the mouse that
Yeah.
there was a mouse that roared, and then a mouse went to outer space. You go to outer space. Both good movies. You know,
Yeah.
that's what it reminds me of.
So basically, Michael Moore was just doing a love letter to Canada.
And I guess I'd have to watch the movie though.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I have to watch the movie. I've never seen it. I always wanted to see it. You
Well,
know.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna
Okay. Why did you
get some
have
more
fun?
rest.
You have fun?
Yeah, I had fun.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I got more stuff to say about Norm Macdonald, but no.
I
I
just
mean,
need to. I just need to get a little bit more rest.
oh, I mean, I have the question. Did you see Dirty Work with Norm Macdonald and Artie Lang?
I wasn't a big Norm MacDonald fan.
Oh, you didn't like Dirty? Oh, Dirty Work's so funny. I thought you liked Norm Macdonald. Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Like I liked him a little bit, but I wasn't a huge fan of him.
Oh, okay. If you get a chance, Dirty Work is really funny. Don Rickles is in it. Um,
Mhm.
oh, the guy from the Bad News Bears. I mean, I thought it was hilarious. I saw
Well,
it opening weekend, with me and my dad.
yeah.
I guess there's supposed to be an R-rated version of it that Artie Lang said was a lot funnier. And I guess Vinegar Syndrome is going to be releasing that or something like that. That'll be fun to watch. Yeah.
Well, you have a good day. I'm
You
gonna
too.
take off.
Okay. Well, I hope you had fun. Okay.
Yeah. Have a good day.
Okay. You too. Thank you, Gordon, for coming on. That was cool as hell. Thank you, Jeff, for the donation, buddy. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. The good Jeff. The good Jeff gave me $2. I know genitalia. You come up with all these dirty names of people, but that's okay. That's an old one though. That's fine. I don't mind. I'll leave this up here. Anyways, I was saying what Norm MacDonald was. I mean, because I mean, in the middle of just say your review was all over the place. No, I mean it could be anything. That's why I like doing the live streams and stuff. Um, yeah, he said when he was going to school, I mean, he dropped out of college and he wanted to try stand up. And he said, "Well, I guess that's it." And then the guy said, "Hey, I want you to come back." And then he started doing like comedy stuff. I think he was going to be on Just for Laughs, and then he couldn't make it because he had stomach cancer. Then, like a year back later, he come back, and I think he was on Star Search and stuff. And then, like he got a major break. He was like, he got hired for Roseanne to be a writer and stuff. And then he had his own HBO special, um, one of those like 30-second HBO specials. No, I mean 30-minute ones. It was a one night stand or something like that. I don't know if I ever saw one. I might have. I don't remember. Um, I never knew he was hired for Roseanne to be a writer on them. That's really cool. And like by that time, he had the gambling bug. And what he would do is he would take the money he made. He and Roseanne would like spend like 7, 8 hours a day with writing and stuff, and then he would leave to do gambling at these places that were legal. Uh, instead it was like seedy back then. These gambling places, and he could like gamble the night away and stuff, and he'd come back and then he started all over again usually. But like I said, whenever the guys invited to Vegas, because they would go to this one place that would have like dollar long, foot long hot dogs, I'd be all over that place. I'd be all over that. I'd do a review and stuff, you know. And then they would go to this place and gamble. And then Norm MacDonald, just all he did was want to do gambling. He didn't check into his room. And the guys wanted to see a couple of shows. He just said he didn't want to be bothered, right? Like that. And then whenever he's done, he came with them. And he has another story where, like, he was gambling with this one guy that wrote a story about him. And then he said he lost, like, I don't know, $20,000. He went to the craps table, lost 17. And he asked the guy if he could borrow $10,000. And the guy said, I don't have that kind of money. But I mean, he let him borrow $1,000. And then Norm went to gamble, and like 5 minutes later, he lost that. And I said, well, I guess, and he said he's broke now. I said, well, I guess that's it. And then he said, like, real soon after, he sent him a check for $1,000 saying, like, a better broke than sorry or something like that on there. Cool. Um, anyways, I mean, that was like his dark side, though. And like, he kept the whole thing about cancer to himself. I think he told like one or two people, and that was it. They brushed over the other stuff he did. I mean, it's basically about him, his stand up, and then his gambling and stuff. And then he was the last comedian on Dave Letterman, and then he called himself the comics comic because he did the talk show circuit big time, and it was really I'd never seen this before. I never saw a clip. He was on the final show with Dave Letterman. He was the last show on there. He told Dave Letterman how great he was. He broke down. He started crying. I never saw Norm MacDonald cry before. That was something else, you know. It was kind of reminiscent of like our City Hall, whenever Dice was on there. And he talked about the controversy about like him being shot down and by a bunch of people, and like his foreign family. He started crying on the show. So, yeah, you get where you want to be. Like he started doing his own stick after that. He snapped out of it. And I know Sam Kinison criticized and saying, "What's all this crying crap about?" But then that one girl that left the show, wanted to be on a show with Dice. I think Sam Kinison did like a joke about her, like the dirty part of the alphabet, and she got uncomfortable on the show. This was back when I was in the army. I remember I taped it, and then I played it for a couple people with Scone and stuff. Cause he got shit for for like um his Diceman Cometh show, you know. But he was doing like stuff way before that. I knew who he was right away. He was a show Casual Sex doing the Vin Man, but that was like just he was doing Dice. Then whenever he's been shot down after Fort Fairley for like political incorrectness, saying like all this horrible stuff about him, you know. But I mean, I guess he bounced back somewhat, you know. Well, he definitely did now with being in like blue, like stuff from like Woody Allen, like Blue Jasmine, Stars Born and stuff. I don't think people see him the same way they used to, you know. Anyways, with Norm, he had that show, and then he was doing like these sitcoms. I remember he did a show called The Norm Show, which was fantastic. I think it was just called Norm or The Norm Show. A horrible, horrible theme song though. But it was him and Artie Lang. So funny. It had like that guy that played the dad on Alf that was always funny. And he had like his name was Denby, and he always give him crap. And he said, "Hey, they made these pencils, and Denby sucks on them." That I used to love that show, laugh our asses off. And then when he was going to have the movie coming out, um, Dirty Work. I said that I went to see it on opening day. It was so funny. I mean, there was barely anyone in the theater. There was a couple kids in there, and there was part me, a couple dad was like laughing so bad. The kids like, "Do you see an old man laughing?" And he was like laughing in the theater. There were a couple parts he couldn't stop laughing. Such a funny movie. I guess like they're supposed to have an R-rated version of that movie. I'd love to see it. Like I said, Vinegar Syndrome is something doing an R-rated version of it. I don't know how much to cut out of it. Ari Lang said it's a million times funnier. And Ari Lang said his favorite movie was Take the Money and Run, that Woody Allen movie. Was one of my favorites as a kid, too. Also with Norm MacDonald, let's see. I remember seeing one movie I wanted to see in the theater. I call it was Larry People versus Larry Flint. I ended up watching it on HBO. Love that movie. And it was weird because there was a scene in there, like about a 5 minute scene with Norm MacDonald being a serious actor. He did a wonderful job as a serious actor, too. A lot of times you see these comedians, they can play serious roles too really well, like Robin Williams can. Yeah, Jim Carrey can, you know. Not every comedian. Dice can do a serious role too. And Norm Macdonald did a serious role in that movie, and then he did a movie with Dave Chappelle called Screwed, which I mean, Dirty Work was a huge flop. It didn't make any money. Well, let's look it up. Let's look it up. I love Dirty Work. I thought it was funny. And then Bob Saget was the one to direct that movie. And then they say like student interference like hurt the movie or something like that. I don't know. I thought the movie was funny. That's just me. I look up dirty dirty work. And then like I said, that show Norm was on there. I don't know how long it was on there. 1998 film. Let me look up ID. Let me go back to Norm MacDonald. I had to prove. I was going to prove to Gordon that Michael Moore directed a movie. He didn't think I did, but he did. Let's see, Norm MacDonald. Okay, I don't know how long that one show lasted. That TV show he did, but he did other work too in other movies. He did voice work sometimes too. I'm trying to think, where's he at? Okay, I didn't see anything he did, but like in some of his starring roles. Where was that at? Okay, Norm did okay. It went on for 54 episodes. That's cool. You know. And Dirty Work got a 6.4. I thought Dirty Work was funny. I think that was that on before or after the show Norm though? Wonderful show. And he did other stuff on other shows too. Let's look up Dirty Work on IMDb. Oh shit, I lost it. Hold on. Yeah, Wikipedia. Click on that. Yeah, they usually have the budget, how much it made. Oh, the budget was 13 million, only made 10 million. I thought the movie was really funny. You know, had Don Rickles and Chevy Chase in it. I thought it was a wonderful movie. I mean, I loved it. I thought it was really funny. Um, yeah, the reception one didn't do very good, but I liked the movie. Yeah, it said like, oh, here it goes. In his first appearance on Howard Stern show, Chevy Chase discussed the film's production and release with Art and Lang. According to Chase, he was impressed by the original script's raunchy R-rated over the top tone. By and Lang related went so far as to beg McDonald not to allow any changes to keep it funny. Lang said the studio insisted on PG-13 rating. Yeah, and it didn't do as well. And I remember after that he did a movie called Screwed with Dave Chappelle, which I know didn't do very well at all. Um, yeah, I don't know. Terror Destroyer, I don't know. I mean, said my boyfriend's testicle bit on by camel. That had to really hurt, man. That had to really hurt. I mean, at least his wiener one bit off. He'd be going around half cocked, right? Oh, no balls. Ouch. So I remember him when he wakes up from his coma, married an identical twin brother. I mean, well, that's I don't know. Well, they could switch places, but that's up to you. I mean, whatever you think is what you think is good, you know. But I'd probably let even though his testicles were bit off, I probably would like at least try to have a relationship with him, first. I mean, they can easily switch places. So, good question. Uh, shit, I got distracted. Oh, he did a movie called Screwed with Dave Chappelle. I want to watch that movie again. I watched it once because people like land based the hell out of it. Like people shit all over Dirty Work, but Dirty Work was funny. Even though they repeated one or two of their jokes, which was a problem. But I mean, that's the only problem. I didn't know Gordon was that not big uh, Norm MacDonald. I thought he was awesome. Let's look up his movie Screwed he did after that. Okay, it was directed by Bob Saget, and I thought the movie was funny. Okay, Screwed. Let's see. I gotta watch that movie again. Like 1997, I think. A lot of people slammed this movie. I watched it. I know it didn't do very well. Oh, let's look up Norm. Okay, let's look up Norm MacDonald. Everybody have his filmography on here. Okay, because it's not coming up. It pisses me off when they do that. During working at the Norm show, it might not be on here. Well, he did another movie. Why did they listed that one? Huh, that's weird. Dirty Work was funny. I mean, let's look up Dave Chappelle. I mean, he was on with Dave Chappelle. I'm surprised they would skip over that movie. That was okay, Dave Chappelle, right? Okay, Dave Chappelle. No, not mentioned it though. Wonder why. Oh, let's look up on IMDb. Screwed on that. They might have the box office for that. I mean, that was like we had like Dave DeVito and stuff about like a kidnapping. I gotta watch that movie again. It was a huge flop though. Elaine Stritch was in it. Oh, Sherman Hemsley was in it. Cool. Let's check out the. Oh, in fact, not bad. I gotta watch that movie again. That's what I gotta watch again. I only watched it once. Oh no! Look at this. Well, that's not too. Oh man, the one thing Dave Chappelle was trying to get away from being on the movie because His dad just recently passed away. He was inconsolable and not to save mind to make this movie. I didn't know that. They credit Norm MacDonald for helping him to move on from his grief-stricken state during the 12 weeks that take making the movie. I didn't know that. Let's see. I mean, box office. Yeah, box office like a $10 million budget. A box office like $7 million. Oh well. I should watch that movie again. But he did other stuff. He did some show called A Minute with Stan Hooper, where they were saying like it was trying to be like a Newhart. I think they were near good as Newhart, but I thought it was an interesting show. And this show isn't funny. I don't like it. I liked it. I like Norm MacDonald. And then what else did he do? He did. I remember he did voice work for Doctor Doolittle, Eddie Murphy one. What else did he do? And like I said, he had. He's in Billy Madison. Okay, he was in The Animal with Rob Schneider. I mean, he worked with some of his buddies too. I guess the last show he really on was Orville. I barely watched the Orville though. I mean, I just watched a couple episodes. Like I didn't care for it. 22 episodes of it. He was on. He did 20. He's in the Mike Tyson mystery. 69 episodes of that. I mean, he still did a lot of TV work. Skylanders Academy, 30 episodes. The middle 10 episodes. He did voice work. Family Guy. He was in a Ridiculous Six one. I'd never seen that one yet. He did Sunnyside TV on 12 episodes. He still kept busy though. But I mean, after a while, he whenever Roseanne was fired and then Louis C.K. got fired for what he did, he stood up for him and he got a lot of backlash. And then he kind of got denied and he just went on doing a talk show circuit again. He tried to explain himself on The View. I guess it wasn't enough for those ladies and stuff. I mean, after a while, like, you're under criticism and stuff. You explained yourself enough. I mean, how many times should you apologize? Unless it was something really, really heinous. I never did anything heinous. How many times do you apologize for same old shit, Something happened, it happened. And people put a negative spotlight on me because they're morons. And they follow people who are morons. That's all that was. That's all it was. Like I said, JB Rage Quit, which I love that. Good night, folks. He's trying to steal my stick. Ain't gonna work. I mean, the only people that follow him are idiots. And then, like, I remember, like, Carla turned against me and said, Carla, she's like, we stop talking about JB. Barely had they subscribed. He's irrelevant. Now he's sucking his dick. It's so, the way they were drooling over Richard was so shameful, though. So shameful. And people started to realize that she's really, like, kind of dumb and making really dumb mistakes. I used to like Carla for the longest time. And she said all this horrible stuff about Nunya, saying horrible stuff about Nunya on Discord to me, that she's two-faced and all this other stuff. And, they got back together again. Figures. I gotta watch Alien Earth because John said the show's good. I gotta watch the show, and then Miller probably gonna be pissed off at me if I like the show. I don't know. I gotta watch Into the Void though. But like I said, like Norm MacDonald, I guess he had a talk show on Netflix, and it got canceled because of the cancel culture, all that bullshit. I disagreed with Roseanne. She got fired over that one tweet she said. And then, like, what Louis C.K. did, I don't know, he said, like, I think what he said was taken out of context. I mean, well, like usual. Because they said, like, they weren't put in that situation, like, they weren't put in a situation where they lost all their, like, their career and stuff was ruined and stuff, that was, like, different than what he meant to say. But, of course, people take that out of context. And they take stuff I say out of context all the time. We their own narrative. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. You know. And a lot of times people just are not smart enough to realize that they're idiots. I gotta check something real quick. Good question. I gotta check something real quick. Let me go StreamYard side right now. Let's see what we got. Join YouTube. Okay. But I mean, I really liked that episode of. I know it went all over the place because Gordon was doing stuff, but that's okay. Gordon say what he wants. I had to say my stuff about like that racist live stream with JB, and him rage quitting stuff. That was just so brilliant. Oh, they must be blocked on here. That's okay. Oh, Mudblood, yeah, Mudbloods, yeah. The Mad Bloods, not Mudbloods. Blood and Blood. You have a tourniquet, you tighten tourniquet, and you put a T on the forehead. You need the Blood and Blood. That was from Basic Training. I remember that. Yeah. No, I'm not doing. I mean, some of these things are so dumb. They just want your money. Anything else happened on? Let's see. Oh, nothing happened on here. I don't know. But I mean, he said that people are subhuman, so I gotta finish watching. Oh, the Guinea Pig series is a series of like 6 shows on Japanese show gore shows. And like 2 are remembered really good, and then 1 is somewhat remembered, and then 3 are like hated. So I got to go and check out some of these other ones. Are they reviewed on Netflix? I mean, on here. See the Flower and Flesh and Blood. Okay, Flower and Flesh and Blood. I never watched the American Guinea Pig series. I'll probably ruin that shit. Flesh and Blood. Let's see if it's on here. Chimera. I mean, that was I mean, they had it with. I wonder if it's on here. They'll have it on here. Yeah, here it is. Guinea Pig 2's Flower, 1985. Wow, 4.8. They have the other ones on here. Oh, that's a good show. Okay, they got Mermaid and Manhole 5.5. Devil Experiment 3.6. Oh, Devil Witch Doctor 4. He Never Dies. Yeah, I'm all in here. What about like Mermaid and Manhole was really gross. They have an Android one. Mega Guinea Pig 5.4. They'll have Android one. Let's see, Guinea Pig Android. That's the one that people seem to hate that one. But I mean, I watched some of the ones that weren't as popular. Let's see, Guinea Pig. I mean, these from like 1985. They got re-released. Guinea Pig. Okay, what's the Android one? That's the one people hate. Well, they only gave it 3 points on Devil's Experiment. I like Devil's Experiment. Well, no, they have the American one. I don't know how good that's going to be. Android and Notre Dame. That's a hated one too. A dwarf scientist has his dreams frustrated when his sister becomes seriously ill. Trying to find a way to after his sister after the death. The scientist begins to use humans as guinea pigs by experience. They said that was a bad one though. I don't know. The Lollipop Guild stuff film. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I heard it was boring. I don't know. I might watch it maybe just to watch it. Oh, Lucky Sky Diamond. What about that one? How to Tear by. Yeah. I mean, was that part of the guinea pig series? That's what I heard about too. Yeah, it was guinea pig, Lucky and guinea pig Lucky Skydive. Yeah, AK bloody frames on white walls. Okay, part of the infamous. Okay, I remember seeing I seen without in the English. I seen like I said, Flower, Flesh, and Blood back in like 93, 94. That's the one that Charlie Sheen saw in the Viper room, turned over the FBI, said it was stuff film, even though it wasn't. See, now when I saw Mermaid and Manhole, those are the ones who get sent usually. I saw the Slaughter Special. something like that. The making of it, you know. Hmm. That's where I got set, you know. That's all right. Well, that's what I got. I mean, I might watch Alien Earth. I don't know. I'm sure if I like it, Miller would kill me, but you know, it's just a movie. I don't know. It's weird though. I mean, I don't see. I think they probably got rid of Terror Destroyer, but I didn't block him. I guess see. I want to see what the thumbnail is. I can't tell. Oh, okay, it's okay. The thumbnail's okay. Because sometimes the thumbnails be raunchy too, and you can't have that. Okay. Well, I guess that's it. I mean, I thought the Norm MacDonald Dark Side Comedy Show was wonderful. I like Dark Side Comedy. Like I said, I couldn't believe he passed away in 2021. I thought it was maybe 22 or 23. I had no idea that long ago. Like I said, I watched his they pieced together like a comedy show of his that wasn't polished though, but I mean like it's preserved for history though. It was the last thing he did. They, they put it on Netflix. It was actually pretty good. I still think Norm MacDonald is funny. I'm surprised Gordon said he wasn't a huge fan of his. I thought he liked the way he was talking about him. I really did, but I guess not. If you get a chance, Dirty Work was really funny, and that show Norm was really funny. Um, like a minute with Stan Hooper, I liked that show. I mean, it lasted a season, you know. Let me go back to Norm MacDonald. I'm all at the guinea pig stuff. They did like the American Guinea Pig series. I don't know how good that'd be. That might be a bunch of bull crap, you know. Mm. But I mean, Mermaid and Manhole was really, really gross. I remember seeing that one. Yeah, that was really gross. Where's that? Let's see. Okay, Norm MacDonald. Um, I mean, I thought Minute with Stan Hooper. What did I get? I mean, John was telling how good the Orville was, but I lost interest in that crap. Let's see. Where's that? Well, he's in My Name is Earl. That Burt Reynolds character, Little Chubby, that was really good. Oh, Doc Doolittle, Tale of the Cheap. Tale of Cheese. That's funny. Doc Doolittle 3. I mean, he did the voice in there. Maybe with Stan Hooper. I like the show. So people think about this show. Yeah, Stan Hooper does a popular network TV minute every week out of Manhattan studio. He decides to move to Waterford Falls, Wisconsin, with his wife Molly, where they find a quirky blend of man of locals. I didn't think it was. They said it was like Newhart, but I didn't think it was as good. But I liked the show. Dad said this isn't funny, but he said that about anything, everything though. You know, he said that about Police Squad when it came out. That he loved the Naked Gun movies. He loved the show. Let's see. Okay, let's go back to the Norm Show. The Norm Show was funny. And that lasted for a couple of years. That show was really funny. I liked the Norm Show. I don't know if you're able to find it anymore. That was a great show. Norm Henderson is a former hockey player who was banned for life for gambling and tax evasion. Now he must do 5 years of community service as a social worker or go to prison. That show was hilarious. Really funny stuff. Lori Metcalf was in there too. Max Wright is Max Denby. He was so funny. Faith Ford, yeah, Faith Ford was in it. Yeah, she's beautiful. Nikki Cox, yeah, she's beautiful too. A lot of beautiful women here. Cool. Well, I thought the show was hilarious though. I mean, possibly the funniest show ever. But it did last pretty good. It did last a while. So I give that big thumbs up on that show. Oh, what's that Norm MacDonald's stand up special he did? Yeah. Is that the last one? Nothing special. Is that the last one he did? Oh, it's final. Yeah, nothing special. Hour and 26 minutes. Yeah, it is final comedy special. Norm MacDonald ponders casinos, cannibalism, living walls, and why you have to be ready for whatever life throws your way. Yeah, that's a shame though. I think like they had like people reflect on Norm Macdonald too. After a show, but it was really good. I thought it was really good. Yeah, it was a good show. What did that get? It got like a 7.5. Okay, that's pretty good. But no, I like Norm Macdonald's really funny. He's hilarious. So I guess that's it, everybody. Hope you like the live stream. By a little bit of drama at the beginning because I had a comment on that. As much shit he says about me, you know, he's gonna get thrown back at you. Rage quit, say racist things about Muslims, you know, and then people finally, like a certain someone who should know better, you know, find out how he really is. Because that's why I didn't want him on. That's why I really didn't want JB on panel anymore. When people start being like, saying stuff that get my channel in trouble, I don't want him on my panel anymore. Richard was doing that. I don't want him on my panel. He's just joking around. It's just this guy. No, I mean, he can do that on his own panel. If he wants to be, I mean, he can talk normal. That's why I kicked him off a few times. I mean, there was a time when JB and I talked about normal stuff. That's what I liked. We did all the canon stuff. That's what I liked. Then it goes back to his hatred for Muslim people and them taking over Canada, the country. That's what it's like. Oh, you ventured to hate speech territory. You know, they got pissed off that because Tiny told him off. You know, yeah. Now he's doing all these bullshit, trying to steal my stick, and people follow him. Really stupid people following him. Especially one a psychiatrist that should know better, or a psychologist or psychiatrist, whatever she is, who should know better. Who I tried to warn numerous times. Oh, stop trying to guilt trip me. I mean, she should know better. But I mean, when next time I tell Ash, I got to talk to Ash about it. See what's been going on because that's what he's been doing. He's been doing that for years. He's complaining about whatever he had his apartment. He's complaining about the neighbors and stuff all the time. I mean, he's just so hateful, though. I mean, people say I'm filled with all this anger and stuff. No, he is. I mean, I have anger somewhat, but a lot of times you watch my streams, they're normal. You know, I mean, if anyone has anger, it's him. He gets mad on a dime. And he's being trolled by someone. It wasn't me this time. Cause I don't troll his chats. I'd come in there and say a couple things to make people mad. I know he's being trolled, and I thought he'd just blame me for all accounts. Those were not me at all. You know. But I was in there for a little bit. I watched more interesting stuff. I was like talking, half watching like the Norm Macdonald thing. I was watching a giant firework thing on the hydraulic press tube, which was really cool. That was from a few months ago. That was really cool. I mean, these people, YouTube must have a ton of money, or like these food reviewers buying like this guy bought like a $400 or $600 full pig. You can't eat all that, or like people eating so much. He's talking about it's gonna be tripped to the bathroom. It is gonna be tripped because that's all you eating and stuff. Or those giant like God, those giant like seafood balls that like they're dipping like that giant crab claws in like this dark red liquid. It's like, oh man, but just look at that makes me want to use the bathroom. It's just, I mean, man, these people are nuts. Let me pee real quick. Well, there you have it, everybody. The review of Norman. I mean, went all over the place, but I mean, it is a celebration of Norm MacDonald's life. I was shocked when I heard he passed away. That was like on the NBC News, you know. Um, and yeah, and I had Gordon on panel. It was really cool. I've had Gordon on panel a while. I think he wanted to talk about the Canadian stuff, but just fine. We did. I was just surprised he wasn't that big a fan of Norm MacDonald because Dirty Work is really funny, and that TV show he did, Norm, was hilarious. Really funny. I thought he did. I could have sworn he did Norm and they did Dirty Work, but it was like it was him and Ari Lang. But I must have been real close by when they were teaming up and stuff. I don't think they did team up in Screwed. It was him and Dave Chappelle. I gotta watch Screwed again. That might be on Tubi, maybe. Let me go back. Let me see. Let's see. Let me go back. Norm MacDonald. I mean, it wasn't like most well received. But it was heavily advertised. I never saw it though. I saw it once. I might watch that again. Why not? In 2000? Okay. We got 5.7. Where else is it on? Stars and what else? The Prime Video and Amazon other figures. It might be somewhere else. I can look for it. Yeah, Screwed to the chauffeur kidnaps his rich boss's dog to hold it for ransom. Once she actually gets the dog back, she thinks it's the chauffeur who's been kidnapped. And Danny DeVito said, I definitely want to see that. You know, I saw it a long time ago. Maybe it'll be good. It might be funnier, maybe funnier than I saw it before. So I hope you like this video, buddy. Till next time, please take care, my legion. Thank you, Jeff, for the super chat. Thank everybody who was uh, in the chat, and thank you, Gordon Powers, for coming on the panel. It's cool. It's cool. Like, I mean, we talk about OJ and 9/11 a little bit and stuff, but I mean, that's cool. Not doing a whole ton of political stuff. You know, that's not me. That's not what I'm about. So I guess that's it, everybody. So until next, everybody, please take care of a legion. Let's go 129.29. Okay. I'm happy though. I'm generally happy. And that was so funny. JB rage quit. I loved it. He was like, I didn't rage quit. He did. He did rage quit. He did. Good night, everybody. He left. So funny. All right. Good night, everybody. Good night.